Hello, everybody. Welcome along. Have we all calmed down yet? My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and we can relax a bit now and hopefully enjoy Netherlands v Ukraine in Group C after, obviously, the main event earlier finished England 1, Croatia 0. And in this group also, we had North Macedonia losing 3-1 to Austria. And we keep saying it every day, don't we? One win and you're just about qualified here, aren't you? So well done, the Austrians. They will think now they're a point away from qualification in either second or third position. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. We'll say some hellos in the chat. And we'll get through the teams in just a second. Please have a think about subscribing over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. I never plug Twitter either, do I? Follow me at Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can support during the broadcast on Super Chat at any time. Make sure you comment. Get that chat full of your opinions and views. Good subscriber group here. We always get a good dialogue going in the chat. Hopefully, it's like one big pub where we can all watch the game together. And let me give you the live subscriber number. This has been going quite well. Please hit subscribe if you're new here. 17,254. We said we were after 17,250 subscribers. We've got them. Let's keep pushing on and growing this excellent community that we have built here. Welcome, Liam. Toby, he said it, didn't he? Dubai Canary, Carl, Leeds 2021. Charlie, Mark, Logan, Davey, Peanuts, Rob, QPR Forever, New B, Charlie. Well done, Austria, says Liam. Great first goal. And that cross Sabitzer was unreal. What a great player. Evening to Jay, Ewan. I think we are all there with the shout-outs. Let's just have a look at the table real quick before we have a look at the teams. So, as you can see, in Group C, Austria are top with a +2 goal difference and 3 goals on the board. So, great start for the Austrians earlier on today at the hands of North Macedonia. They will be the target for the Netherlands tonight, who play Andriy Shevchenko, the great striker, and his Ukraine team. And there are the teams. So for the Dutch, going to play 3 at the back. Frank de Boer, the boss. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that a bit bigger. I'm not even going to lie. Not for you. For me, I can barely see it. In goal, Martin Stekelenburg of Ajax, aged 38, for goodness sake. The 3 centre-backs in the middle, De Vrij of Inter, Timber and Blind either side of Ajax. You'll remember Blind from Manchester United. You'll also probably remember his dad, who was a great player back through the 90s and noughties for Ajax as well, wasn't he? Dumfries and Van Arnhel are the wing-backs of PSV. And Crystal Palace, there's always a Premier League theme there. Although didn't Stekelenburg used to play for Everton? I don't recall. Wijnaldum, who I think still, strictly speaking, belongs to Liverpool, but he's going to be leaving, isn't he? Daroon of Atalanta, who have a ton of players at this tournament, don't they? And Frankie de Jong of Barca. That's the midfield 3. Weghorst of Wolfsburg, and an outside bet, I think 20-1 for your golden boot, Memphis Depay of Lyon, who would argue he's got an easy group. And sometimes that hat-trick in a group game and you're looking good, aren't you? So, I don't know. Let's see how Memphis Depay goes. That's your Dutch team. Let me know what you think about that lot. On the bench, Bizot, Krul, a championship player last season. Got himself promoted, though. Wijndal, Ake, Veltman. Some familiar names here. Gakpo, Gravenberch, Klaassen, Koopmeiners, Berghaus, Mallon, and De Jong. Delete misses out, as you can see down the bottom there. Let me know your thoughts. Player to watch for the Dutch. Let me know what you think in the chat. And the Ukraine. Now, lots of Dynamo Kiev players in this team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nearly half the team play for Dynamo Kiev. Indeed, does their goalkeeper Bushkan. Across the back, it is Mikolenko of Kiev, Matvienko of Shakhtar, and then another 2 Kiev players, Zabarny and Karavayev. You will recognise number 17, Zinchenko, who often plays fullback for Man City, but I think a bit more is expected of him over in his national side. Probably have to be a bit of a playmaker, you would have thought, in the middle there, Zinchenko. The 2 central midfield, Sidorchuk of Kiev, and yet another Atalanta player, Malinovsky in central midfield. Down the left, Zubkov of Ferencváros in Hungary. And you'll also recognise the name Yarmolenko, a West Ham United player. And up top, Roman Yaremchuk of Ghent. As we said, the great striker for Milan. Maybe not so much Chelsea, but Andriy Shevchenko is the boss. Piatov, Trubin, Kristov, Popov, Sobol, Timchuk, Makarenko, Marlos, Shaparenko, Stepanenko, Besidan, and Dovbik are the players on the bench. Let me know who are your ones to watch for the Ukraine in this one. And if I'm quick on my feet here, I can tell you that tonight we are in the Amsterdam Arena. So kind of a home game for the Dutch. They're billed as the home team as well. That confused a lot of people. Why weren't Italy wearing blue in Rome the other night? Well, they were the away team, but playing in Rome, weren't they? Which makes all the sense in the world. And the referee is going to be Felix Brich of Germany. Right, let's go to the comments. Talk about these sides. Players to watch for you guys and your predictions in this one. Can the Netherlands, they need to win by 2. Well, even if they do win 2-0, they're not going top of the group, given Austria's good performance earlier on today. But obviously, next round of games, Netherlands versus Austria, 8 p.m. Thursday night. So they'll be hoping they can do the business across a couple of games and climb this group. First place in Group C plays. Third place in either D, E, or F. Remember, you don't want third place in F. Everyone's trying to avoid opponents from that group. But look, it is what it is. Someone's got to play them. Hey, imagine they all drew against each other and we didn't even get a third place qualifier from Group F. What do you think, hey? Right, let's have a look here. Davey, 17,000. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Please hit subscribe. Brilliant. And we are growing, aren't we? 17,250. So next step, some nice choreography there in the stand. That looks really good, doesn't it? Holding the cards up to make the colours of both team in the stadium. Crack open the beers because we'll be here in the Euros along. So I hope you're right, Logan. I'm on the Italian stuff here. Look at that Peroni red label. Pucker. Right. Brilliant to see fans enjoying. I hope they're all safe over there. Evening to Amazing Jay and to Brian. Liam, watch out for De Jong. Super sub. Scored 2 goals for Sevilla in the Europa League final vs Inter. Good shout. I'll take your word for it. Total football time. Do you reckon? Have they still got it in them, the Dutch? Shock win for the Ukraine, says Carl. I think that would be considered a shock today, wouldn't it? Holland 3, Ukraine 0, and Van Basten's goal in the 88 Euro final was the best goal scored in the Euros. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of a better one. Probably the only more famous one is the Panenka penalty in the shootout. But yeah, what a goal. What a player. Hey, taken from us too soon. What age did Van Basten retire? Like 27 or 28 or something? Ridiculous. There we go. Atalanta are a great team to watch. Well, you help us out with that, Liam. How many? Every game we cover seems to have an Atalanta player in it. You expect the, Inter, Barca, Real, Bayern, Juventus, etc. But Atalanta, lots of representation here. I want a cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah, you love to see it. 2-1 Ukraine, 2-1 Dutch. My Ukrainian football expertise is a bit rusty. It was a bit rusty. It's better than mine, Chris. I'm going to be learning as I go. Don't worry. I've made my notes, though, so we should be okay. 1-1 says AJ. Chris also thinks Ukraine are going to be getting a draw. Newbie, Netherlands to win. Hope we see lots of goals. Is there anyone going to challenge Romelu Lukaku, the first player, on a double? Already 1-1. Says Charlie, evening to Iain. Atlanta to win the league. Now, I keep saying Atlanta. That's in Georgia in America, isn't it? Atalanta, excuse me. Evening, Mr. Radio Floyd. And I assume that's Dutch royalty I'm looking at, as the Dutch really hyped up there. You love to see it. Weghorst had his eyes shut, belting out the national anthem there. Brilliant stuff. Zinchenko in the fantasy team. Well, good luck. Let's see if we can get Zinchenko on the score sheet for Sam. Evening to Ben as well. ITV have just gone for an ad break. Keep your comments coming. It is the Netherlands v the Ukrainians tonight in Group C. Austria, top of the group after a 3-1 victory over North Macedonia. We can talk a bit about England if you want, maybe at half time. That might work. Any reactions to a thoroughly professional job done by England? Clean sheet, got the goal. It's more time for Henderson and Maguire as well. Scotland on Friday for us English. 3-2 to the Dutch. Ollie, first time catching you live. Really like you. Thank you, Ollie. You are so welcome. Get in the chat with this good bunch down here. Weghorst is an absolute unit. Likes a sing-song as well, Joshua, by the look of it, doesn't it? Ian's going for a Desmond there. And hi to another Iain in the chat there. Let me know, what day are we on? We're only on day 3, aren't we? Let me know how you've enjoyed the Euros so far. Obviously, it got a bit emotional and a bit fraught with Christian Eriksen yesterday, but it's been great so far, hasn't it? Plenty of goals for sure. What's the best channel to watch? I'm on ITV tonight. I don't know whether it's on both channels. Do you know what? I'd love to do that when Lock Young team about favourite national anthem. I have to say I'm a bit partial to the German one. I think that's really rousing, really good. I always just remember when Michael Schumacher used to win the Formula One every fortnight. You'd hear the German national anthem. I like the Greek one as well, but they're not in it, are they? I suspect there are other good ones that I do not know. But yeah, let me know in the national anthem stakes. By the way, whenever we're doing these watch-alongs, I got the earphones in to monitor back my voice, and I never have the sound on, so I can't ever hear them. Great performance from Phillips today. Mings was at his accomplished best. Hope it continues. Yep, a lot of doubters for Sterling, Mings, particular today, and I hope they went some way to answering them. I think the Italian's the best one. Good tournament so far. Welsh is good. Italian national anthem. Welcome to Annie. Right, we've got a very clever drone shot or whatever around the pitch. And we have kicked off in Group C. It is Netherlands versus Ukraine in the Amsterdam Arena. The Dutch versus the Ukraine. Here we go. We'll get you a time sync ASAP. It's very bright here with the orange and the blue of the Ukraine. Obviously, they would normally be wearing a yellow kit, wouldn't they? Let's get warmed in and familiar with the systems and the players. I know some of you are already very familiar with the players, particularly the Dutch players as well. Just a couple of Premier League links today with Van Arnholt, Wijnaldum, obviously Stekelenburg and Blind known to us as well. I think that's just about it. And Zinchenko and Yarmolenko for the Ukrainians. Hoisted forward, looking for Yaremchuk. They've managed to get it off Malinovsky. It's out to the right-hand side. I think he stayed down. They're really not closing down the Dutch that side. Yaremchuk plays it out wide. In comes the cross low. Decent ball. Falls back to Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk across the box. Can they get a shot off here? Oh, he couldn't quite sort his feet out. They still have the attack going. Here's Zinchenko on the edge of the box. Dutch looking a bit wobbly defensively, but they've won it back high up the pitch now. Here comes Depay. Great start to this one. Depay driving through into the box. Left-footed Depay. Good save. What a start to this game. Absolute carnage there. The Dutch just backed off and backed off and backed off. And there was a real shooting chance. It just wouldn't quite fall in the second instance after Yaremchuk had the first shot. And then Depay flying through in behind the Ukrainians. Just pushed over to the left-hand side, hit the shot. And Bouchan makes the save in the goal. Great start, though. And here is De Vrij in the middle of the three. Into central midfield, De Jong. He gets it back again. And here we come down the left with Van Arnholt. He tries to slide it through. And I think we're going to take a look at that Memphis Depay chance again. Well, first of all, oh no, we're not going to see the Ukrainian chance. It's a great run by Depay. Love the way he knocks it and goes. Flies right through Zabarnyi. And it's a decent save in the end. Here's De Jong again. De Jong feeds it right. Dumfries. And the Ukrainians have it back. Absolute lightning start to this one, guys. Here comes Zinchenko again. Both sides are totally going for it. Great stuff. Down the right-hand side now comes Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko crosses low. Absolutely breathless stuff. De Vrij puts it out for a corner. We've played 3 minutes and there's literally been 4 attacking phases of play already. 0-0 nailed on, but this is great stuff. We'll get a timestamp. Sorry, guys, if people are asking for a timestamp. We'll try and get you one at 4 minutes. We'll just wait until this corner is taken. Zabarnyi is up. Yaremchuk central as well. Wijnaldum is just sorting out the second row of the marking. In comes the corner. Nice delivery. Stekelenburg got lost there. Yarmolenko on the back post. Yeah, good delivery by Malinovsky. And terrific start to this game. Can't wait for the Scots tomorrow. Oh, 500 miles. Yeah, right. Good stuff. 1,000 miles, isn't it? Just. Let's hope we get some goals. Depay playing up for a move. Contract up. Yes. Good stuff so far. Good pace to this really open game. Timestamp. Ellis will get you one in a second. Michael, we will get you a timestamp. Oh, no, Michael's asking what a timestamp is. For those who are new to the watch-along sort of system, I'll tell you exactly where I am at a point in the game. So if you want to line up, because you might be ahead of me, you might be behind me with your coverage. It's nice if we're all on the same page. Here's Wijnaldum, edge of the box. Wijnaldum has the shot blocked. De Jong helps it back in. Oh, it's knocked off to Pai. Wijnaldum. Here's a big chance. Then freeze, and that's a really good save by Bouchan. This is carnage, this game. Oh, my God. I think we've had about 6 shots already. Great start. That's a lovely ball by Wijnaldum. Edge of the outside of the right foot. And it's a really good save. I mean, Dumfries should score, shouldn't he? But he doesn't lift. You have to give the keeper credit there, Bouchan. But, yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Corner coming. I promise the timestamp will come. But the action is just breathless at the moment in this one. Memphis Depay with the corner. Knocks it in short. Gets it back to Pai. Drives it in low. A shot goes in again. Handball shout. I wonder whether that will be looked at. And the ball is cleared, and we get a little bit of calm for a second now. Stecklenburg's got it. Here comes your timestamp. We're going to be at 6 minutes very soon. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1 for 6 minutes. You can sync up with me. 3, 2, 1, sync. There is your 6 minute time stamp. Went out, got wasted. There you go, Bits. You'll have to see it. Stecklenburg used to get lost a lot at Fulham. Interesting. Switched out right to Dumfries, who really had a big chance to his name here. Here's Timber. Plays inside to De Vries. Blind. Blind into the front. Lovely little knockoff by Depay. Look at the high line as well. I hate to say it because it'll probably be 0-0. This has got goals written all over it. In it comes Wijnaldum, and he puts it over the top. I cannot believe how open this game is. Jesus Christ. It was cut back there. It's another chance. Wijnaldum arriving onto it. Ooh, there's that handball shout. Referee says no. Again, we're looking for arm in unnatural position, aren't we? The ball does hit the body, hit the arm, hit the body, hit the arm, I think. That sounds like a song that let the bodies hit the floor. Remember that one? Puddle of Mud? I can't remember. Here's Depay anyway, down the left. Van Aanholt. The play switched to Timber. He comes back inside. Dally Blind. Van Aanholt. Blind. De Jong, and De Jong plays it back to Blind, and we're just calming down for the first time in this absolutely mental game. Drowning pool. There you go. Thank you, Mark. My late 90s metal is not good. Oh, headed away, and they've swept it up again. Wijnaldum has about his 4th shot of the game already, blocked at source. And can the Ukrainians get out? Zubkov just clips it into the front. Yaremchuk tries to control it, but can't. And we now have a free kick. This is insane stuff. This cannot keep up this pace in this game. It's ludicrous. Here's De Jong. De Jong to De Roon. And he goes back into Stecklenburg. Scotland tomorrow. Yes, we will be doing tomorrow Scotland, Czechs, and Spain versus Sweden. So 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. You can join me tomorrow. Do I have to learn to recognise all the player and names to do a watch along? Of course not. Write them all down and pay attention, which is quite tricky with everything going on. Big Diag attempted, just cut out in the right back position by Karavayev. And now here come the Ukraine. It's so open. He's just driving through the middle of the pitch there. Malinovsky literally just ran from halfway to about 30 yards from goal. Nobody in his way at all. I'm sure as viewers, you're enjoying this one, guys. Saucy attempted pass there by De Jong. And just zero defending going on in this game. We normally get about 6 defensive midfielders on the pitch, don't we? I don't think we've got any in this one. Or certainly those who are supposed to be doing it aren't doing much defending for sure. 9:38 on the clock. Let me know what you think of this one so far. I'm enjoying it, but it's chaos, isn't it? Zubkov is limping. He's just feeling the back of his left calf. Hopefully he's okay. The doctors... Oh, no, he's going to go off, I think. He's tweaked something. He doesn't look impressed. Shevchenko is going to the bench here. Zubkov, the left-sided midfielder, is going to be coming off. And all stripped and ready to go is Marlos. He is going to come in, and we'll see if that's a like-for-like swap. Marlos of Shakhtar is going to be coming on for Zubkov. This is where you need a different colour pen when the sub's that early in the game. Ukraine need Declan Rice to shore him up in the middle. Go on, Declan. Not into the channel for Yaremchuk to chase. And that was easy for Dally Blind. Here's Timber. Plays that one inside. Daroon. Daroon to a very high wing back. Dumfries. Daroon. De Jong. Dumfries. Daroon. Trying to find the space. Plenty forward, though. De Jong. Going to try and switch this over. The Dutch have 10 forward here, essentially. A little clash off the ball. All being well there, I think. Here's Timber. Wijnaldum. Dumfries. And the Ukraine's just getting a bit more of a solid defensive shape. But the Dutch seem very attack-minded here, which is good for us neutrals here watching. Here's Daroon, back to Wijnaldum. Inside, Timber, the centre-back, is forward. Ahead of the midfield, in fact. De Jong. Wijnaldum. De Jong. Stacking up a lot of passes here. Depay. Knocked back to Timber from Weghorst. Wide it goes. They've been very, very patient. Back into Daroon. Timber. Out steps De Vrij of Inter. And finally, after all of those passes, given away, and here come the Ukrainians. They still haven't made that sub. That one's gone out, though. Played up the line for Karavayev to try and get to. Shevchenko giving the instructions. So, Marlos on for Zubkov. Zubkov, as you can imagine, pretty annoyed. Hopefully for his sake, that's just a little tweak in the left calf, and he can get over that in the next few days. If it's worse, then he's a tough old boy because he didn't show it. Little grimace and walked off the pitch. Here's Wijnaldum. Depay trying to work the way through. Depay edge of the box. I think they've given a handball there, possibly against Wijnaldum. 13:30 on the clock. Netherlands 0. Ukraine 0. It's a game we need after the tension and nerves of England-Croatia. You're telling me. Haven't seen Shevchenko in years. Strange to see a player's head on a manager's body. Yeah, there you go. Both teams very attack-minded. Could cost Ukraine as Dutch very quick on the counter. What a player Shevchenko was. Wasn't he? Just those years at Milan. Incredible. Zinchenko. Zinchenko. Mikolenko. Back to Zinchenko. Sidorchuk, and he goes home. The press is on from Weghorst, though. Big booming ball out to Yarmolenko. It's a good goal kick there, actually. And Yarmolenko does well, actually. The West Ham winger wins the throw-in. Love the Ukrainians, says Lee. Shame about him at Chelsea. It didn't work out at Chelsea. Strange one, that, when you think player of that quality. But then Torres was so good as well and didn't really do it at Chelsea, did he? Yaremchuk into the box, hits it left foot, a little deflection, rolls through to the keeper. Zinchenko says, why didn't you play it to me? 15 gone, Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Both sides chasing Austria at the top of Group C after their 3-1 victory over North Macedonia today. And the other game today, England 1, Croatia 0. Look, my voice can barely take it after that one. And England top Group D. Big Diag looking for Dumfries. And out it goes. Chelsea big price striker curse. Yeah, didn't work on Drogba though, did it? Sensational. 15 up. Dutch move it well, although a bit overpassing. I agree with that actually, Lee. Particularly that phase a couple of minutes back where you're thinking, okay. Oh, there you go. Into Depay up the front. He's offside though. Zabbiani came out and tried to grab it off him. 16 gone. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Here comes Karavayev down the right. Touch the inside into central midfield. Malinovsky. Here's Karavayev again. Back to Malinovsky, who I have to say has started the game well. Yarmolenko down the right. Inside to Marlos. It's his first touch. It's a good first touch. Nice switch of play. Out to Mykolenko, who's beaten Dumfries there. Drills the cross in there. A bit much for big Yaremchuk up the top. But good feet in the first instance by Mykolenko to scoop by Dumfries there. I think the Dutch have the best kit of the tournament. If only someone would make a video about that, Lee, eh? What was everyone complaining about the England team for before the game, Ben? England won. Because England, unfortunately, are held to an impossibly high standard where unless they win 4-0 and pick literally the most attacking team in the known universe, but even if they do that, the team will be silly then. I think you just have to shut out the noise sometimes around the England team. Welcome along, Nat. Here is De Jong. Dutch fans sitting their national team badge. That's clever. A good use of the restricted seat numbers, I'm sure. Although it looks pretty busy in the ground, doesn't it? Here is Dumfries down the right. Wijnaldum knocks it back in. Ukrainians have got a bit better defensive solidity here. They were being, well, frankly, just paper thin, didn't it? The sort of midfield in terms of stopping them. Early in the game. Who you lot got for golden boot, says Will. Hard to look past Lukaku at the moment with 2. But we will see. Couple of the big names, I guess, Immobile and Lukaku already on the score sheets. No goal for Harry Kane today, though. Here's Zinchenko. Takes it back off Yaremchuk. You can tell Zinchenko plays for Man City the way he uses the ball, can't you? Here comes Yarmolenko down the right. Comes inside. Malinovsky into Yaremchuk. Malinovsky goes down. He thought he was fouled. Referee did not. Blind. Daroon. Walking pace. Now, everything's calmed down after that mental first 6-7 minutes. Here is Timber stepping out from right centre back again. Switches the ball out to Blind. Blind out to Van Aanholt of Palace. Van Aanholt, nice feet, stands up Yarmolenko. Bit of East London versus South London there. Flicked on by Depay, looking for Wijnaldum, who's playing way further forward than he does for Liverpool. You love to see it. Kiefer Moore, there we go. One of the big names on the score sheet already. A little set through by Depay. Nothing comes of it. Dumfries gets the bounce his way. He's over by the touchline on the right. A little outside of the foot to Wijnaldum. Zinchenko takes it off him. And it's helped out to Marlos. Oh, lovely ball by Marlos to the outside of his left foot. And Yaremchuk to Yarmolenko. And here we go. Bit of an overload now down the right-hand side. Yarmolenko into the box. Oh, he doesn't deliver. It's knocked inside. Edge of the box is Malinovsky. And they've wasted that, the Ukrainians. They really did have a nice overload down the right-hand side. And now here come the Dutch. De Jong's played it to Depay, who engages his man. It was Zabajani in the first, Zabani in the first instance, goes inside him, then loses the ball. But here they come again with De Jong, wave after wave. Depay into the box. Oh, my goodness me. Following in there is Patrick Van Aanholt from left wing back, who just kept running and running and running and running. And he was nearly in then, wasn't he? Throw in to the Netherlands, which Van Aanholt's gone across to take. Blind up from centre-back, but he has fouled Zinchenko, who says, slow down, don't take it too quickly. He's trying to calm his whole team down there. Proper bit of leadership there from Zinchenko. And the Ukrainians have it at centre-back. And here they come. Again, the Ukrainians down the right-hand side. Karavayev. It's with Yarmolenko now. 23 gone. Midway through the first half, Zinchenko knocks that one off to Mykolenko. Marlos down the left. Zinchenko, well worked. So much space in this game, crikey. In it goes, stepped over by Marlos. So it was nearly the Dwight York, Andy Cole move, that one. Marlos stepped over it. Yaremchuk tried to play it back to him, couldn't complete the pass. Ugh. Yeah, send our love to your son, Nat. Hope the recovery is a successful one, whatever that looks like. Here's Marlos. Tries to feed it through, just takes a little bump. Wijnaldum wins it back. Oh, strong. Great play by Wijnaldum there. To win the free kick, which is taken quickly in keeping with this game. Everything's happening quickly. De Jong, player down off the ball is Mykolenko, which has left a hole at the back post, and they're looking for Dumfries, and they couldn't find him. Mykolenko, poor ball, straight to Timber. Inside it goes, and here's Wijnaldum. Loads of space in front of him again. Memphis Depay, who constantly tries this little flicked pass with the outside of his right foot. He's pulled it off 2 or 3 times already, but tries it all the time. Here is Daley Blind in the central midfield position. Knocks it out wide to Dumfries. Oh, lovely cross by him. Nobody there. curved that round the back. I know David Alaba set a high standard earlier in the Austria game with his crossing, didn't he? But that's a great ball. Begging to be attacked, just drifting along the floor. Nobody there. And it's a free kick to the Dutch. I think they wanted the advantage, didn't they? Is this the worst group in the tournament? Well, if it is, they're giving us some entertaining stuff anyway. .26 gone. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. And Daily Blind is on the ball. De Jong, who's a lovely, neat and tidy player, isn't he? Dumfries. Inside, De Roon, De Jong. Oh, lovely stuff. Timber. Depay. Weghorst. Oh, and he couldn't quite get around the keeper. What a goal that would have been. Beautiful football from the Dutch, just pinging it about. And Depay just tries to shape it through. Weghorst reads it. It's good goalkeeping again by Bushan, who's made that really good save earlier from... who was that? It was from Dumfries, wasn't it? He's playing well, the Ukraine keeper, isn't he? Oh, lovely back heel is Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko goes down in the box. Referee says nothing, in which case that's a very brave and probably very good tackle if referee not interested. We'll probably get a replay off ITV. Let's have a look. It's a lovely back heel by Yaremchuk. And unfortunately, Yaremchuk was in the way of the replay. So hopefully we'll get another angle as Yarmolenko went down. How is this still 0-0? I don't know. It's jolly good fun anyway, though, isn't it? Hopefully we get another angle of that. Not the best camera work there, sadly. How dare the centre forward get in the way in the penalty box? Here's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum, a little dink over the top, looking for Depay, hooked away by Zabarnyi. Wijnaldum heads it back to Blind. And the breathless pace continues. Wijnaldum. Oh, good feet. Onto Depay. Depay looks really dangerous, I have to say. Receiving the ball in tight areas, just threading them through. De Jong, switch of play. Dumfries. Clips in, deflected, and Marlos just side foot volleys it clear. But everybody's up for the Dutch, and here they come again. Cross to the back post. Dumfries heads it up in the air. Good chest down by Mykolenko. Oh, nice skill by the left back there. Step over and a little guide with the back of his left foot. And here is Malinovsky, who looks like quite a good ball carrier in central midfielder. That may be due to how massively open the Dutch midfield is, but all good fun, isn't it? Zinchenko. Marlos, Zinchenko, and Mykolenko. Here's Yarmolenko. Nice little step inside Van Aanholt, and they're open on the left-hand side. Here comes Karavayev. Plays it to Marlos. Zinchenko, edge of the box. Dutch have got players back. Marlos. Zinchenko again. Left-hand side now. Crossing position. Elects not to. Back into Marlos. He dribbles. Here is Malinovsky. Yarmolenko. Oh, nice feet. Yarmolenko straight at the keeper. It's great stuff, this game. Complete basketball. And, slide tackle there on Depay that I thought might be given a foul. And on we go again. No foul given. Malinovsky knocks it back into the centre halves. I've played in 7-a-side games less open than this. Let's not knock it, hey? After the slightly defensive approach of the Turks and the Welsh in those games, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Uremchuk slides through De Vries there. And somehow, it's still 0-0. Lovely dummy that by Yarmolenko. He just hits it straight at Stecklenburg, though, doesn't he? And the Dutch start again. De Roon to Wijnaldum in the centre circle. He spent most of the game as a high number 8, virtually a number 10, hasn't he? De Jong. Wijnaldum. Marlos. Helped on by Sidorchuk. Yarmolenko. Remember when you used to play in the playground and everybody just used to follow the ball? No positions. Certain bits of this game look like that, I have to say. Brilliant stuff. I'm surprised Shevchenko, after his time in Italy, tolerate this type of thing, but it's making for a good watch, isn't it? Here is Wijnaldum. Help down the line. Van Aanholt. Fed into the front and Weghorst. And won back by the Ukrainians. On the wall for football. Oh, yes. I always used to get picked last, though, Dave. Hey? After yesterday's game, do you reckon Wales can make it out? Yeah, for sure. For sure. They just need one win. We just don't know how bad the Turks are, whether that was just an outlier, wasn't it? I wonder if the Ukraine have got sharpness up top to finish off any decent half chances they'll get. Have to feed off scraps. Well, let's see how open the Dutch stay. They might create one of those lovely big chances, but yeah, fair point. Time check says 32:42. We can give you a proper stamp if you want one. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Thoroughly entertaining stuff. I know there would be certain coaches or ex-players who would think this was dreadful, given how open it is. And I know there are plenty of people who would thoroughly enjoy this because it is so open. It just depends. Where how you butter your bread, basically. But hey, as a neutral, I'm loving this. Down the right is Karavayev. Malinovsky. I don't know if any of our Italian football watchers, he looks a player, doesn't he? The Atalanta central midfielder wearing 8 for the Ukraine. Here's Matvienko at centre half. Plays it to Zabarny. And Karavayev knocks it in to Yaremchuk. And I think Yarmolenko thought Yaremchuk was coming from an offside position there and didn't quite expect the ball to be coming through to him. 34 on the clock, 0-0 somehow. Here is De Vries of Inter to Timber. And back inside. Walking pace now. Timber again. Steps out towards halfway. Ukrainians just back in shape now. 4-5-1 without the ball, like a lot of teams do end up looking, don't they? De Jong. Van Aanholt. Inside it goes to De Roon. De Roon to Timber. De Jong, nice one round the corner. Nice idea round the corner, not quite executed. And then it's one back again. That counter press working. De Jong. Dumfries, low cross. On the cover there was Sidorchuk. Just managed to cut that one out. And here is Blind. Loads that into the corner, but Zabanyi finds that one fairly easy. Hoiked back forward, though, by De Vries. It's going to go loose in the box, actually. Here's Vikhorst down the left, and he's forced the corner for the Dutch. Good target man play there by Vikhorst of Wolfsburg in Germany. Corner for the Netherlands. Great player, but had injuries. I'm sure you're talking about Malinovsky, aren't you? Corner's gone short. Shooting chance here for Van Aanholt, left-footed over the bar. Took the corner nice and quickly, but perhaps Pat Van Aanholt wasn't the guy to be smashing in the long ranger with the left foot. There, 36-20 on the clock. Netherlands 0. Ukraine 0. And it's a goal kick for the Ukrainians. Go short. Bouchan, who's made 2 really strong contributions, including that great save from Dumfries, which is probably the best chance of the game, despite all the incessant attacking. Here is De Vries to Blind. Edge of the seat stuff for fans. Kasper Schmeichel, yes. Love how Zinchenko screaming at his teammates. Not quite the same standard he's used to. Tricky for players sometimes when it is a drop in standard. But there you go. You need those people trying to drag people along, don't you? Here's Van Aanholt. Evening, Lewis. I'm all good, buddy. There's been 11 shots. And probably 9 of those were in the first 10 minutes, weren't they? Timber. De Vries. De Vries steps out. De Roon. De Jong. Timber. Ukraine's back in shape now. 11 behind the ball, all within 36 yards of goal. Here's Depay. Depay lofts one in, headed clear by Naldum on the volley. Good save again. It's been going to be followed up by Timber, but he gets it clear. And Bouchan, the Ukrainian keeper, is having a good night so far. Wijnaldum must have had about 5 shots. I'm not joking. Good effort. And the keeper's playing well, isn't he, Bouchan? He's having to, I have to say. And the fact that we're probably going to get to half-time at 0-0 is genuinely ridiculous, isn't it? Top save, keeper. Great save. You love to see it. Oh, was that a foul throw by Dumfries? He dropped the ball. He's going to get another go, lucky fella. Reminds me when San Marino was raging at his players when they went behind to England a few weeks ago. Yeah. Dumfries crosses in, cleared to the edge of the box. Yarmolenko can't get any extra distance on it. Here's De Jong. De Jong gets it on to the right foot, plays it out to Depay. Nice feet by Depay. Lofty cross, surely. Oh, my goodness me. What a miss. Oh, Dumfries, the right wing back, should have 2 goals in this game. Really good from Depay. Really, really good. And he's just got to score, hasn't he? It's almost like he's got too much time and he tries to put loads of power on the header. Just guide it in the corner. That's a good save, that. Comes right through the crowd. He's going the wrong way. His weight's on his right foot, Bouchan. And Matvienko just kind of leans out the way of it. And Bouchan makes the save. Regardless of that, Dumfries, oh dear. Just too long to look at it, wasn't it? And tries to power it in the corner, just guide it in. And I mean, look, there should have been about 5 goals in this game, let alone that one. But yeah, big miss there. Excellent from Depay again. Oh no, indeed. What a miss. Yeah, goodness me. Question for the chat. Top 5 Dutch players you've seen play. Oh, crikey. Bergkamp, Robin, Van Persie, David, Seedorf. I've seen most of them. I've definitely seen Bergkamp, Van Persie, and Seedorf. I don't think I've seen David's play, actually. Hopefully we got some Ipswich fans in who saw Tyson and Muren. Malinowski tries to slide that through. He falls to his knees in disappointment. I think he was hoping, kind of dummied the shot and slid the ball through. I like the look of Depay, actually. Good hybrid striker, isn't he? Can come short and thread things through and dribble in behind. How's his finishing, though? Here comes De Jong. Crosses to the back post. Nice clearance by Marlos. Some great names coming in. Did you guys see all of these guys live? Wilfred Boomer, I'll give you. Ben, did you see Van Basten? Wow. Sensational. Hullet, Gus Ullenbeek. Yeah, he snuck that one in there for me, didn't he? And Martin Rooser and Fabian Wilness. A great kinship between my club, Ipswich, and some Dutch players. And we had two of the best, didn't we? Jesus. Tyson and Muren. Wow. Although, even for the greatness of those two, they're not quite in the Cruyff Van Basten League, are they? They were just a level above everybody, aren't they? Had some great players, the Dutch, haven't they? Good conversation. Here's De Roon down the right. De Roon crosses in, looking for Depay. Nodded out. Van Arnhal, edge of the box to recycle. Van Arnhal into Depay. Depay's pulled, is he? No. Referee not interested in that. Another penalty shout. Yeah. Not seen Van Basten live. Saw Gus, though. Do you know, the first game I saw Gus Ullenbeek play, he played an absolute blinder. I was confused. I didn't quite understand. And then I realised how erratic he was. Great servant, though. Proper second-tier player. Clipped in from the left, nodded away. Here's De Jong, blonde-headed central midfielder, to recycle. Here is De Jong. Inside to De Vrij. I got a good Edgar Davids story, actually. Here is Blind. Oh, is it going to fall for De Jong? Not quite. Oh, Edgar Davids, Juve 2003 shirt. You love it. Oh, there's some names. Cruyff, Neskins, Hullet, Van der Sar, Rensenbrink. I saw Johnny Rep play at our club in Manila once. Was he past his best? Oh, Hasselbank. Now, I saw Hasselbank play for Chelsea. For sure. In comes the corner to near post. Zinchenko heads away. Gus was superb. He's still running. Yes, he is. Oh, Reggie Brinker. You love that, don't you? Brilliant stuff. Tim Krull. Marcus Babbel. Wow. Here comes Depay again. Yeah, apparently, guy I worked with used to fit really flash TVs. He was a guitarist, but he had two jobs. I used to go in and fit these really flash TV and cinema systems and whatnot. And they always used to get football players because obviously that was kind of the market. Wealthy people who like luxury. And Edgar Davids had one. And I don't know whether I get in trouble by saying this. Apparently, Edgar Davids, if he went outside, wore a bulletproof vest. Is it true or is it a myth? Who the hell knows? Here comes Marlos. Marlos tries to slip it through. Yaremchuk. Oh, it goes loose. Good goalkeeping by Stecklenburg. Goal kick. There is danger, isn't there, for the Dutch? The Ukrainians do look like they've got a goal in them, haven't they? Oh, I know you meant Ryan Babel. Did I say Marcus Babel? Obviously, he's German, isn't he? Overmars. Probably the most direct player I've ever seen in my life. 1 minute of stoppage time. Don't stop, guys. This is entertaining. Zinchenko knocks that one across. It's fed up the line to Yaremchuk. Heh. 14 shots so far, guys. Unbelievable. I suspect the whistle is about to go. The Bulls with Bouchan, keeper for the Ukraine. About 5 seconds of normal time to go. Or, sorry, stoppage time to go. And that is that. It is half-time in easily the most open game of the tournament yet. Absolute carnage in Amsterdam. Not the first time that's ever been said, is it? Just thrilling end-to-end chances galore. And frankly, the Dutch should be in the lead. 2 big chances for the right wing-back, Dumfries. One saved well by Bouchan. The other he should have buried. And other good saves by Ukraine goalkeeper Bouchan as well. It's really, really open. It's really entertaining. If you're a defensive-minded football coach, you'd probably hate it. I'm enjoying it, but it's 0-0. Let me know what you think in the chat. Give me your take on that first half. And then we can go pure Q&A if you want. Just have a complete freestyle chat. Ukrainian keeper, man of the match so far. Probably. Yeah, you can't argue. He's been impactful. Let's have a look at these numbers. They're probably not going to surprise you. 60-40 on the possession to the Dutch. 10 shots to 4, 3-2 on target, 3 corners to 1. 2 big chances to 0. Let me see if I can bring you up an XG number for this one, because I suspect it might be fairly high. You can imagine. Let's see if In4Goal have got an XG number for us. 1.39 already on the XG at halftime for the Netherlands, and a couple of very big orange blobs, both shots from right wing back Dumfries. Let's have a little chit chat here. We can do some Q&A, whatever you want to talk about. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Let's go complete free for all and just bang through some bits and bobs. First of all, cheers everybody. It's been a good start to the tournament. I'm just getting into morning review, 2 watch-alongs and editing up the reactions and stuff per day, and still trying to talk to my missus during the day. It's busy, but we love it. And the way I see it, let's all get our heads down. We just need to get to Wednesday the 23rd, which is obviously about 10 days away, isn't it? And then things calm a little bit. We go into the knockout rounds. Then things get really, really interesting. Keep your comments coming. We'll do some Q&A. We'll get some chit chat going. Patreon, quick plug for that. www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. Support via super chat if you like during the show. Make sure you hit like and get your comments in. And let's do a live update and see how we're doing from subscribers, or 4 subscribers here. 17,259. It has gone up. Well done, you lot. Brilliant stuff. And hopefully, maybe we could get to 17,500 nice and quickly. That would be tremendous, wouldn't it? Thank you all for your support. I'd love to change that to 17,300. Remember, Twitter at Benjamin Bloom, Teespring shop for merchandise. Blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. Tribal Football for my writing, and Football 365 now as well. All going lovely, isn't it? Right, let's get some of your comments in here. Lewis. Calvin Phillips was excellent today. Never seen him go box to box. Impressed me a lot. Thought Mount played well. Most impressive things, how solid we looked defensively. Got to get the balance, haven't you? Difficult to be solid and still carry that attacking threat and not become dull. It's a work in progress, isn't it? Obviously, we didn't know what the team was going to be for England. I'm pleased for Calvin Phillips because I had a conversation yesterday with someone telling me, you can't play Phillips and Rice. Phillips can't do it. My answer was, do you not think, you can check it actually on the England predictions video. My answer was, do you not think Phillips has the intelligence to move a little further forward? And certainly in today's game, he did, didn't he? Showed his versatility. I think people really do get a little bit stuck in the club version of a player and they assume that they can do nothing else, but they're only ever following instructions, aren't they? When lockdown team, both teams have impressed me. Logan's off for a shower. Nice stuff. Yap Stam. Yeah, I've seen Yap Stam's teams play, over at Reading. Managed to play the dullest football I've ever seen at Reading. It was slow, wasn't it? Just a lightning in the bottle season, weren't they? Pretty good to watch. Does that show the poor end quality both teams had? Maybe just the chances fell to the wrong guys, didn't they? Never really rated Van Nistelrooy. Chris, really? Oh, Van Nistelrooy, what a player he was. Finisher, just a pure finisher. Just the goal record was insane, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff. Possibly the best match so far. Certainly the most entertaining, Chris, isn't it? Ukraine, very good. Dutch, better. Should be ahead. 3 great saves by Buchan in the goal. And, bad missed header, wasn't it? Leroy Fair. The relegation king. Nearly 500 passes. I'm dizzy. And there we go. It's coming home. Good question. Are England on the level of Italy or Belgium? Player per player, probably on the level of Italy. Not quite Belgium. I think Belgium got a little bit more star quality player for player. And obviously, if they can get De Bruyne on the pitch. But then again, I mean, you guys tell me. We have, say, Harry Kane and Phil Foden or Harry Kane and Jack Grealish. Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku. It's top quality stuff, isn't it? Just having a look at one of the penalty shouts here. Does he get any of the ball? Does he get the man? I don't know. I never get involved in these anymore. Van Aanholt, wrong side. We've got another view of this. I'm just going to take a look. Touch. Blue touch. No, there's no contact there. Yarmolenko's good referee in that, I think. Be interested to see what Nigel de Jong is saying about that one on the telly. Obviously, I've got my earphones in, so I can't hear it. What are we saying here? Thoughts on Chilwell and Sancho not making the bench today? Look, 26-man squad, 23 picked. Can someone tell me what Peter Walton is saying? I'm always interested in what the referee's perspective is. If you're watching on ITV, can you let me know what he's saying about that penalty? Because he would know more than I about whether that's the right call or not. But yeah, Chilwell and Sancho. Look, I think we've got to use all the players, haven't we? Southgate went with Trippier at left back, didn't he? And I don't know, maybe Chilwell's got a knock. Maybe he's not quite ready yet. Who knows? But there's going to be 3 miss out every game, aren't they, from the actual squad? You'd think one could be one of the goalkeepers, though. There we go. Pity Foden hit the post with that shot. Does that show he's not clinical? Oh, dear. Mr. E's mocking an exchange I had the other day where I thought I proved using empirical evidence that Phil Foden is clinical. Look, it was a good effort, wasn't it? Hits the inside of the post. I dare say he was unlucky and we're holding him to a high standard, rightly so. Ben, can't play players out of position and get anywhere in a tournament, especially left back. Can't give the left backs any confidence. Oh, okay, Ben. No. Let me pick that apart. Can't play players out of position and get anywhere in a tournament. I don't know about that. There's only, I suppose, Phillips is playing a bit further forward than usual, but he's hardly out of position. Trippier, it's a right back playing the other side, isn't he? So one player out of position, I would suggest. So I wouldn't think, I'm sure someone can find me an example of a player playing out of position and winning a tournament. But there we go. Look, sometimes it's not the best players pound for pound that make the best team. And he wanted his experienced lieutenants in there, didn't he? And that is why Walker and Trippier were picked. So we'll see going into the tournament who else gets in. I think we might see Chilwell or Shaw soon enough, but he wanted Trippier in today. Watch the interview. Stan Bowles should have more in. How many did he get? Mel Morris owes the tax man 20 million. Oh, dear. Not good. Not good at all. Gary Neville just said a bit like you. It's like an under-9s game. Was he enjoying it, though, Brian? Well, he's been a football coach, though, hasn't he? So he's probably not enjoying it. He probably thinks it's chaos PlayStation football. I would play Reece James instead of Walker. You just got to understand the value of experience, haven't you? And drip the other players. And I know you've got to get experience somehow. But remember, whatever Southgate does, he's going to get moaned at. If he now does put Reece James in, some people will be pleased. And then the other side of the argument will be saying, oh, there's no continuity. And he's chopping and changing it. So he can't win. The only way Southgate wins is if he wins every game 3 or 4-0. And there would still be moaning before the game about the team selections anyway. So I think we just have to try and find our way around the sometimes nonsensical England debate. I'm not saying that's you, Liam, by the way. Not enough clear evidence. Is that what Peter Wilton said? Evidence to change the decision. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Panel say no pen. Interesting. What else are we saying in the chat? Keep it coming. Gary Neville says it's like an under-9s game. Benjamin said it first, like a school game. There you go. Hey, there you go. Italy and Belgium have both impressed me. They both had big wins, didn't they? Italy was David's pick before the tournament. Just seen Roy Keane on TV. Can't believe it's 10 years since he was sacked by Ipswich. God. I hate to say it, but obviously I thought Roy Keane was utterly useless at Ipswich. But I'm warming to him. You just need to put Micah Richards next to him. And I've been very, very much enjoying their little car ride series. Roy Keane, very, very entertaining for sure. Keep your comments coming. Coming. Peter Wilton said VR isn't getting involved. It's not clear and obvious. Worth. Right. Let's just take a look at the state of Group C. We're just on the last ad break now. Some gentleman is trying to sell me some car insurance dressed as an opera singer. Of course he is. So as things stand, if it stays level, surely there'll be some goals. Surely. If it stays level, advantage Austria in this group, and all very, very tight between the three. Walker is okay at full speed. He's got that great recovery pace, hasn't he? Love Roy. He's definitely fun. And look, watch Roy Keane, how he's so eager for the approval of Micah Richards to laugh at his jokes. Opinions on the Dutch fullbacks? Well, they've been very much part of the game. It's very brave, Annie. They're very, very high up the pitch, aren't they? Let's get their heat maps up. They've basically been playing as wingers, haven't they? There is Van Aanholt and there is Dumfries. So look, they've barely been in their own half. So I assume that's the instruction, that they're going to be so high up the pitch, and they just have to get back and cover. Look, obviously, I'm enjoying watching them. Perhaps if I was a Netherlands fan, I might think there's a huge space behind them every time. But let's just assume they're following instructions. Defensively, I thought Walker was fine. Yeah, I think he improved during the game, Carl Walker, didn't he? It's just quite unique for a fullback to be that quick, and especially when he's at right-sided centre-back, isn't it? So, tremendous. Evening to Cammy. A car ride with the subscribers. That sounds good. Am I allowed to argue with them? You'd think both these sides go through. Yeah, can they get to that 3-4 point mark? Probably. I bet you wouldn't have told Roy Keane he was useless at ITFC. If I had a blank piece of paper and had to come up with a team, Roy Keane on and off the pitch, 100% first name from as a player. God, get him in there. Atrocious manager. God, he was awful. Deary me. Roy Keane and Brian Robson. Great players don't always make great managers. I think if Maguire starts, Shaw starts, good combo going there. Hello, Ben. Italy are going to win this. Well, there you go, Marco. Italy are going to win. There we are. Don't worry, Liam. When the baby's born, I'll have to stream from the car. There we go. Come on, Netherlands. Right, here we go. Looks like we're about to get going in the second half. Please hit like on the stream if you haven't already. Thumbs up. See that button. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter as well, obviously the majority of our views come down the YouTube channel. We'll get you a timestamp as and when we can. And please hit subscribe. Keep your comments coming. Really enjoyed that chat over halftime. Absolutely flew by. And we are off in the second half. It is Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Miraculously, there has been no goals in an incredibly open game so far. So the Dutch, as the camera looks, shooting to the left. Now, Depay knocks it off to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum out to Dumfries. Does Maguire get back into the side if Mings continues? Yes, he does, doesn't he? I think if Maguire's fit, Maguire plays. But yeah, Mings is holding the fort for the moment, isn't he? But yes, obviously, England are better with Maguire than without him. Here is De Vries. And there we go. Look, Dumfries in his own half. We checked the heat maps. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Timber. Of course, the Dutch wing-backs weren't anywhere near their own goal. Brilliant stuff. Here's De Vries. Timber. Slow pace at the moment. And there's the big diagonal to speed it up. Trying to find Van Aanholt. Stretching. Can't quite get in there. Watch now. This will be a repeat of Barnsley Derby in a second. Do you remember that? God. Don't think much argument. That's the worst game I've covered this season. Let's blame the weather. Hey, Maguire, big threat at set plays. Just leadership, everything you get from him. Not if he's not fit, though. We try and do a time stamp anytime soon. Netherlands 0, Ukraine 0. Here is Malinowski, who we enjoyed in the first half. Karavayev, Yarmolenko, Yaremchuk, Malinowski, Zinchenko. They've worked it well. Here's Marlos. He's got an overlap as well, who he just did not see, did he? Goodness me. Trying to work it quickly through there. And now maybe the Dutch can counter. Weghorst looking for Wijnaldum. He was never going to get that. It's back with the impressive Ukraine keeper, Bouchan. He played very well in the first half, didn't he? Here's Wijnaldum down the right, inside to Timber. Timber to Dali Blind. Back to Timber. Dumfries is on outside, but they go back in to De Vries. And the blue wall is erected in between the Dutch and the goal. Trying to play through this Ukrainian defence. De Jong finds that easy to De Roon. Depay tries to help that out. It's helped out to Depay, rather. Switch places with Van Aanholt there for a second. Scooped up again, although Weghorst has been penalised for a foul. It's Karavayev. Oh, painful one, that one. Especially given the size of big Weghorst, who looks like he's got an entire book written down his arm in his tattoo there. Forward it goes from Bouchan over the head of Van Aanholt, and the Dutch building up the play again, just shy of 60% possession for the Netherlands. Here comes De Jong of Barca. Blind. Nice touch from Van Aanholt inside. Good control by Depay. De Jong clips it to the back post looking for Dumfries. Not down, and Weghorst can't quite get there. And the Dynamo Kiev Bouchan, who's not really put a foot wrong, has he, frankly, comes out, grabs it, and draws the foul. Good performance from Bouchan in the goal. Georgi Bouchan. Gone are the days, I think, where a player gets found in a major tournament. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the chat who remember you see the player for the first time and then they get a move to a big league, but everybody knows everybody now. De Jong. Blind. Depay tries that little knockoff around the corner again. And Zinchenko picks it up. One from John on Zinchenko. Strange seeing him play central midfield. His preferred position. You should see him playing fullback. Says a lot about Man City. And it does say a lot about that, that kind of matchup. We do see fullbacks switch into central midfield, don't we? Remember Reece James, when he was at Wigan, moving from fullback into central midfield. Callum Connolly as well for Ipswich, who we think might be signing again. It is something you do see, the adaptability between the two. Mark. Obligation. Yeah, we were talking about Ipswich linked with the Dutch. And yes, it was Arnold Muren, sadly then playing for Manchester United, of course, who did set up the great Van Basten goal, didn't he? That's one of those, though, where Muren was probably like, oh, there's Van Basten peeling off. I'll just knock it into the box and he'll probably bring it down and we'll see if we can flood the box. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh, here it comes across the box, looking for Depay. Bouchan gets it, Wijnaldum! And he sticks it into the back of the net. And the Netherlands have taken the lead. He's been almost omnipresent in the penalty box, Georgie Wijnaldum, all game. And I dare say a slight little slip by Bouchan there. He parried it out. Wijnaldum arriving with the left foot. Top corner. Netherlands 1, Ukraine 0. And Wijnaldum is the goal scorer. And we were just praising the keeper. I wonder if that's going to go down as his error. And they get in down the right-hand side. Yes, it is, isn't it? He gets a hand on it, but he's put it right into the middle of the box. It's a good finish, actually, with the left foot by Wijnaldum. Arriving. If you're going to slide out like that, you've got to keep hold of that ball. And Wijnaldum, great camera angle from the in-goal cam. De Boer celebrates in his lovely suit on the touchline there. And the Dutch lead, probably deserved over the course of the game, but I wouldn't have thought it was going to come from the excellent Bouchan in goal, parrying something out. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. There we go. Woof. Lovely stuff. Keeper's had a mare, but good finish. Bouchan has done a backman. Frank de Boer, Netherlands scored more goals today than his team at Palace. You're waiting for that one, Liam, weren't you? I think I saw Frank de Boer. Some of the Ipswich fans will tell me this. When Ipswich played Palace in the League Cup and played all of their youth team, was Frank de Boer the manager? I think he might have been, actually. So I think I might be able to hold up my hand and say I actually saw a Frank de Boer Palace team play. Can someone check that for me? I think would it have been 17, 18? Early August, September? Pass. I think he was still the manager. 1-0 to the Dutch, anyway. Jorginho Wijnaldum. There we go. Wolfenden and Downs made their debuts that night. You love to see it, don't you? I think Bersant Salina was the senior player in that team, wasn't he? Christ. So that means I've seen Crystal Palace managed by De Boer and Ipswich managed by Paul Hurst. How many people can say that, hey? Wijnaldum, travelling with the ball. Nice work. Depay knocks it off to De Jong. De Jong steps inside. Wijnaldum, Depay, good football. Depay, Weghorst, edge of the box. Weghorst with the shot. I think it was half blocked on the way through, but it's straight at Bouchard in goal. Weghorst looks nervously at Depay. I wonder whether he wanted that one back. He had made the little run just for a little slide through there, but he did not get it back. He had eyes for the goal. Yeah, I was at the game, John. I'll tell you about that. Oh, here's Weghorst into the box. He's offside. I got a parking ticket in South London that night, which was very, very, very annoying. Most frustrating. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Do the business. 17,259. We're growing still. Plenty of content through the Euros. For sure. Here comes Yarmolenko down the right. Yarmolenko. He's got an overlap. It's Karavayev. He's going to play it back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko clips it in, headed up in the air by Timber. It's going to be knocked down. Here's Zinchenko, left corner of the box. Tries to play it in low. He was looking for Marlos. And he cannot complete the pass. Here is Zabani for the Ukraine. Slides it into Zinchenko in central midfield. Malinovsky. Oh, Malinovsky, what's he doing? He's trying to take on two players in the box. He's giving it away. Here's Wijnaldum, Depay, Wijnaldum. They've got back in shape, but I was praising Malinovsky, but that was not the best choice of pass, I don't think, or choice of manoeuvre. Marlos hasn't worked for him, and he's given it away. He was robbed. And now here's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum 30 yards out. De Jong goes down. And the game is starting to replicate the pace it was in the first half. With everybody all over the place and the Dutch in the main attack. Wijnaldum, De Jong, Wijnaldum. Helped down the line by Timber. De Jong, good football again by the Netherlands. Depay, edge of the box. Depay gets one of those. Get up. He went down, and Zinchenko is going to make the clearance. De Jong, nice ball. Looking for Dumfries down the right. It's gone loose, and it's in the back of the net. Weghorst has put it in for a second there. I thought he'd gone in the side netting. It bounced out to Weghorst. He caught the keeper out on the near post. He caught me out. I thought he'd hit the side netting, but he did not. And it is 2-0 to the Dutch, and they are well in control. Bit of a strange goal. Hence my delayed reaction. De Jong played it in. Dumfries with his man. It kind of gets cleared. Oh, and it's like straight through Bouchard, who's gone from being a possible man of the match here to not covering himself in glory for either of the goals. Well played, Vikhorst. Look, get your knee over the ball. Hit it early through the crowd. A little bit lucky, but he finds a good enough shot and it's into the back of the net. I think they're possibly checking something. We're having a VAR check here. Vikhorst looks to the heavens. I've put 2-0 up, so I'm going to have to change it if not. Mikolenko looks on. So I guess we're looking for a foul by Dumfries in the first instance. VAR is checking this goal by Vikhorst. If it stands, it will be Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. Was it a foul? Oh, no, we're checking the offside. Oh, yeah, that's going to be disallowed, isn't it? If they're checking for an offside there, then is there an interference with play? They're certainly lining up to take a centre. And no, the goal stands. It is 2-0 to the Netherlands. I thought they were maybe checking whether there was an interference with play with whoever it was stood in front of the keeper. But all okay with the goal. It's Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. Vikhorst on 58 is the goal scorer to add to Wijnaldum's. Get your thoughts in on a confusing minute and a half or so. What are you guys saying here? Loving this. Awful defending. Game over. I think it will stand. Checking for a foul. Was it offside? Who the hell knows? 0-0. 0 to hero. What Disney movie is that? Someone tell me. Yes, Yahoo. Well, I thought he might be offside, but no. The player on the goal, he literally touched the ball. Yeah, well, there we go. It did look like he was offside, stood in front of the keeper, didn't he? But we'll have another look at that one, I'm sure. Maybe a first. Oh, well done, David. Hercules. Good knowledge of your Disney movies there. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on the VAR call, right or wrong. I've only seen one replay, so I'm struggling with this one. There is a little chase through for Karavayev. Not quick enough to get through there. It's going to be a free kick to the Dutch. 61:40 on the clock. Oh, okay. No, he is onside. Yeah, we just seen the lines. Good call that. You can see the goalkeeper and the other defender's back foot is behind. So there is two players there needed, obviously. So, yeah, the VAR's fine on that. And if there was no foul in the build-up, then nothing wrong with the goal. Nice to see the VAR lines. There you go, Marco. Plug in the Patreon. Thank you very, very much. Any support on Patreon is well accepted. There is the switch of play to Van Aanholt. Vikhorst. De Jong. Oh, nice turn from De Jong away from Malinowski. De Jong carries it through. Great play by De Jong. It's going to be a corner to the Dutch. Turning on the style. Now at 2-0 up. Can they match the Italians and the Belgians and get themselves a 3-0 win? Here comes Nathan Ake and Owen Wijndal. Dally Blind is coming off. Nathan Ake, formerly of Bournemouth, now Manchester City, comes in with the Ruud Gullit style haircut. Blind gets a big hug from Ruud van Nistelrooy there on the bench. And Owen Wijndal comes on for Pat Van Aanholt. wearing number 5. So Ake and Vindal on for Blind and Van Arnholt. And, oh, this is embarrassing. Marlos, who was subbed on in the first half, has been subbed off. I feel a bit badly for him. Didn't that happen the other night as well? So Marlos is off. And Shaparenko is on. The substitute gets substituted. In comes the corner. Ooh. Just changed direction there. There was someone tearing in at the back post. So Shaparenko is on. Number 10. And Marlos, who came on 13 minutes, exits at 65 minutes. Shevchenko not happy. Owen, looking forward to next season in the Championship. And we'll be all the way across it, Owen, on the channel. Need a manager and a few signings and the fun can start. Of course. Welcome back, West Brom. Promoted last time they were here. Happened in the Russia game, did it? I knew it had happened. 65 on the clock. Netherlands 2, Ukraine 0. Dumfries flows it in to Timber. So it looks like for like swaps. Nathan Ake playing the left of the 3 centre halves with Owen Vindal playing at left wing back. Make sure you hit like in the stream if you are watching. Try and help bring some new people in. Join our lovely community here on YouTube. And, of course, hit subscribe if you haven't already. 17-2-5-9, I think. We'll see where we are at the end of the game. Numbers climbing nicely. Free kick, I think, to the Ukraines. Vikors penalised. You have no idea how hot it is doing this in the summer. You really, really do not. Can barely get through a stream without having to have a change of clothes. And I've got the fan on as well, for goodness sakes. Sorry, it was a free kick to the Dutch, not the Ukrainians. And it's back now with Stecklenburg, who I've barely mentioned for probably 30, 40 minutes now. Feels that way anyway. Yeah, Cactus has been that way a long while. He's all right, actually. Actually, the other one needs a water, doesn't he? Yeah. I'll be done for crimes against plants, hey? 20 subscribers by the time we need to... Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, 20,000 would be fantastic. We can change the... Oh, you can't see it. I got a congratulations card in the way. The 15,000 thing that Shaylee made me. Here is Malinovsky, edge of the box, works onto the left foot. Try to feed it through to Yaremchuk. It's going to go back through to Stecklenburg. There we go. That's the tiredness catching up on me. Here comes Depay. Depay to De Jong. I think he got caught by Sidorchik. Oh, no, he didn't. He's staying down, De Jong, actually. I think it's been given the Ukraine's way. Did come off De Jong last. Only question was whether there was a foul or not. Mr. E, I know that Russia and Denmark have lost at home, but does this format give too much of an advantage to the groups of the major nations, Italy, Netherlands, and dare I say England and Spain? I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully it does to England. If Ben goes big time, the chat will be moving faster than Harry Kane. Look, we'll make sure you still get your comments read out. Don't you worry about that. Whether it's through this platform or another, don't you worry. Here's Wijnaldum. De Jong. Dumfries. De Jong, lovely midfield play by him, just driving out. Here is Wijndal down the left-hand side, crosses to the back post, poor ball by Wijndal. First touch wasn't warm enough, was he? Italy, Belgium and Holland look good. Is it their quality or the opposition without being disrespectful? I can't work it out. So hard to tell until there's 2 games played, isn't it? Kind of guessing. Turkey could be decent in the next game, and then we say Italy are very good. Who knows? Advantage played down the right here. Daroon. Dumfries. Lovely touch by Wijnaldum. Corner to the Netherlands. Working their way down the right. Brian. When Blackpool got promoted, I went back to work on the Friday. If Scotland win their first game in 23 years, who knows? Are you a Scot, Brian? Good luck. In comes the corner from the right. Ake was under it. Didn't really even make a jump. Here's Wijndal. Inside. Daroon. De Jong. De Jong clips that in to the back post. Wijndal. On the left-hand side. Tries to make the cross. Gets a lucky bounce. Wijndal tries to win it back. Really good defensive play there by Sidorczyk. Nice back heel there by Malinowski, who's definitely my type of player. And into the front, brought down by Yaremchuk, who I haven't mentioned for a while. Oh, and they've won it back high up now. The Dutch, can they work this one? Depay dwelled on it. And perhaps they need to freshen it up top as this game goes on now. We're 71 minutes in. I'm sure Memphis Depay fancies a goal himself in this one, doesn't he? For sure. Big switch of play there. Oh, good chest control. Excellent from Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko down the right. Double step over. Triple. Comes inside. Malinowski, Zinchenko. Zinchenko knocks it on. Just sends Shaparenko wide. Here's Zinchenko again. Knocked inside. Oh, good hit. And Stecklenburg is right behind it. It was Yaremchuk. Ukraine's in no mugs. Took 4 off Portugal in qualifying. Well, there you go. Well done, Jack. It's coming home. If Scotland can win a game in the group, defo. Well, look, anyone who wins a game in the group has a chance of qualification with 4 fastest losers. Brian is a Scotsman. Enjoying the build-up. Think the 90 tomorrow will be held. Brian, come and join us tomorrow. I'll be watching the Scots at 2 p.m. against the Czechs. And as a home nation, I will happily say good luck to the Scots tomorrow. Although I will be very pro-England in the game. On Friday, that's the deal, isn't it? Really disappointed with Ukraine's second half. They've fallen apart. Yeah, just defensively, they've not had the solidity, have they? Keeping your fingers crossed for the noisy neighbours. You're talking about the Scots or the Welsh there? Welsh already a point on the board against Switzerland with Kiefer Moore's goal. When it looked like they were possibly going to get 0 then. So I think the Welsh would definitely have taken that 65 minutes into that game, wouldn't they? A 1-1 draw. Here is Wijndal. Knocks it inside to De Jong. Wijnaldum, scorer of the opening goal. And indeed, Dutch captain. Depay trying to turn his man. He got a little tug there. He got away with that one. Zabani. And it's hooked away down the line. Here is Wijnaldum again. In it goes to Zinchenko, who, again, I'll say it, you can tell is a Manchester City player. Best streamer, best content, quality personality. Don't forget to like. So thank you, Jay. You're too kind. Too kind. Switch of play out to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko inside. Hits the shot left-footed. What a strike! Oh, what a goal by Yarmolenko. That is tremendous. Wow! Yarmolenko in onto the left foot and just bends it into the top corner. Lovely goal. And it's Netherlands 2, Ukraine 1. Woof! What a strike by Yarmolenko of West Ham. Looking forward to seeing that in beautiful HD slow motion. He comes in off the right, one touch. Have a look at that. Beautiful. Just lifts it, curls it over the keeper, outside, inside. Oh, it's a great strike. What a goal by Yarmolenko. Brilliant stuff. Huge leap by Stecklenberger, but you ain't getting near that one. Brilliant goal by the Ukraines. And it is Netherlands 2, Ukraine 1. And to use a well-worn channel catchphrase, let's take that cat, throw it amongst the pigeons. Only one goal in it now. Yarmolenko is the goal scorer. Goal of the tournament so far. Yeah, I suspect you're right there. You're loving that in the comments. Brilliant. Great goal. What a hit. What a goal. Ukrainians back in it. Cracking goal. What a finish. Oosh. That's a beauty. Yeah, that was well worth a wow, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff by Yarmolenko. Great game. Tremendous stuff. And will we, Mark, get the grandstand finish? Here comes Zinchenko. Zinchenko feeds it through. Good tackle by Nathan Ake. And the Ukrainians have nothing to lose here, do they? I mean, I suppose goal difference is goal difference, isn't it? But look, most difficult game of their group. You would think they would go for it and try and get this back to 2-2. Brilliant strike by Yarmolenko. Knocked on. Here is Wijnaldum. He's played well, hasn't he, in an attacking sense. Knocks it forward. Here is Wijndal. Did that go out? No, he keeps it in. Wijnaldum on the left wing. Slows it down, knocks it into Nathan Ake. Depay comes short. 76:53 on the clock. Here comes De Jong. De Jong into De Roon. De Roon to Ake. Ake with the long ranger, blocked by Matvienko. In at centre back there. The ball's high in the air, bounced as well. Good strength by Depay. Sidorchuk manages to get that clear. Here they come on the counter now is Shaparenko. Shaparenko up to Yaremchuk. The Dutch have got plenty back. The Ukrainians didn't manage to get anybody forward in support, but Yaremchuk does win the throw-ins. Goal of the tournament so far. There goes my bet on 3-0. Worth losing a fiver for a strike like that. That goal was so beautiful. The dogs are chasing the cats whilst they're amongst the pigeons. You love to see it. Hopefully a freak goal. Can't have Betfair take my money again. Wijnaldum looked quality tonight. Yeah, much more attacking, I think, than he would normally be in a Liverpool team. But then they have that quick, direct style and those three brilliant forwards in Wijnaldum's prime. Free kick to the Ukraine. And in it goes, left-footed, and they've equalised! Yaremchuk has scored, and it is 2-2. A couple of goals in the space of a couple of minutes. And Netherlands 2, Ukraine 2. We said this game would have goals. None in the first half. 2-2 now. And Yaremchuk, who's led the line well, gets the equaliser. They just lose him. He's onside, miles onside. It's a lovely delivery. And what a nice header guided into the corner. Netherlands 2, Ukraine 2. Fantastic stuff here. You absolutely love to see it. 2-2. Wow. Get your comments in on that. Unbelievable. Well worth a wow, that one. What a game. Now, what on earth happens now? Was it Malinowski who put that one in there? It was a great delivery. It's Netherlands 2, Ukraine 2, and this very open game now has the goals to match up with it. Goodness me. Ake carries forward. Timber. From the jaws of 3 points, it's going to be a draw for the Netherlands. Unless there's going to be a fifth goal in this game. I think someone said 3-2 before the game, didn't they? Great stuff, this. Really, really good stuff. Here comes Ake. Vindal. Inside it goes, knocked short by Timber to Ake. Timber again. De Vries. Dumfries. Big build-up here by the Dutch. Wijnaldum down the right, and that is going to be a corner, is it? Or did it come off Wijnaldum? It came off Wijnaldum last. And it is Netherlands 2, Ukraine 2. Holland look shook. Yes, they do. Proper classic. Possible goal of the tournament so far. Now also game of the tournament. Absolutely. Wonderful goals by Ukraine. Great entertainment. You're telling me. It's been brilliant. ITV comms. This game deserves a decisive goal. Was it Jay who said 3-2 to the Dutch in the beginning? Could be right. Let's see. They look like they were out of sight. How many people of you, honestly, in the chat thought game over when that one went in at 2-0? I'm probably in the crowd on that one, I have to say. I didn't think the Ukraine would be able to come back like that. But hey, someone bangs one in the top corner and, lifts you, doesn't it? Tremendous game, this one. 2-2. 82-25 on the clock. Frank de Boer looks on. We're just having a look at some of the subs warming up for the Dutch. I think Luc de Jong will be the favourite possibly to come on. And it's a throw in to the Dutch in the right back position. De Vries. De Jong driving through in midfield. De Jong is fouled. Stays down. Lovely midfielder, De Jong, isn't he? Just glides past players, doesn't he? Tremendous. Ake, Timber, Depay, Timber, Ake to Daroon. Down the right-hand side is Dumfries. Daroon, Timber. Dutch knocking it about. Can they make a chance, though? De Jong. De Jong again. Patient from the Dutch. It goes right and back in the centre to to Timber. Slid into the front, touched on by Depay, knocked back home, and they seem to want to play their way out there. Karavayev and Bouchan giving it straight back to Ake, who crosses to the back post, and it's in again! And the Dutch have gone 3-2 up. Oh, can you believe it? Dumfries, who missed those big chances in the first half, heads in for 3-2. Unbelievable. And it was a horrible mistake, wasn't it? Karavayev and Bouchan should have dealt with it. They tried to play out, and Bouchan just rolls the ball back out. They've got a tight close-up of his face now. He knows it. Oh, dear, they gave it straight back. Ake crosses it in, and with a much, much more difficult header. It's a great header, actually. With a much, much more difficult header than he had in the first half. Dumfries scores. I think it might go through the keeper's hands. Oh, he should save it, shouldn't he? Oh, dear. We've gone from saying Bouchan in the first half was man of the match material. He has had a horrifying second half, hasn't he, the Ukraine keeper? And Frank de Boer celebrates. Got out of jail. Zinchenko looks crestfallen, screaming there. He's been let down by his keeper there, hasn't he? Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. What a match. Tremendous stuff here on a Sunday night in Amsterdam. You love to see it. Certainly the game of the tournament so far, I think you would all agree. And let's be honest, it's 3-2. The first half could have been 3-2 as well. It could have been 6-4 by now. Couldn't it? Goodness me. What happened to Georgy Bouchan, the Dynamo Kiev keeper, in the second half? God, he's had a mare, hasn't he, poor guy? Dumfries throws it in. And now the shape of the game changes one more time. Let's get some comments in here. Brilliant stuff, guys, in the comments. I'll just stick them all up on the screen. Won't be able to read all of them. Nightmare at the back. Massive keeper mistake. Goodness me. Keeper looked slow to that ball. He misread the bounce, didn't he? I won't read that one out, but yeah, there you go. Another game in this game. 100%. Wow. Bouchan might struggle to get to sleep tonight. We are going to get a double sub for the Netherlands. Now, Luc de Jong is coming on. And so is Joel Veltman of Brighton and Hove Albion. Did I say Brighton and Home? Brighton and Hove Albion. So Vikors goes off. So De Jong. So now we've got two De Jongs on now. Is going to play up top, number 9. And Veltman is coming on for Urian Timber. So he's going to play centre half, one would imagine. Veltman comes on for Timber. Woof. This was a 0-0 at half time. You're telling me about it. What a second half. This game is not as good as the commentary for the England goal earlier. Yeah, I did get a bit excited, didn't I? Wow. 3-2 to the Netherlands. 88-15 on the clock. Got a fixed smile on my face. This has been a brilliant game, hasn't it? Goodness me. De Jong. Now I'm going to have to use first names, aren't I? Who have we got? Luc de Jong and Frankie de Jong, haven't we? Out it goes to Depay on the left wing. Wijndal. And the Dutch just knock it around the back. De Vries to the substitute, Joel Veltman. 89 on the clock now. We are a minute away from stoppage time. Slid through by Zabani, and after Ukraine's got an equaliser in them, their finishing's been pretty bang on for the 2 goals. You would have to say Zabani again, Sidorchik, Matvienko, Yaremchuk, Zinchenko, step over, engages Frankie de Jong. Zinchenko carries it to the edge of the box. He's got Yarmolenko not making a very helpful angle. Does play it to Yarmolenko in the end. Back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko turns and Yarmolenko come inside, and it's given away. And we are over the 90 minutes now and into stoppage time. Another sub about to happen. We've got 5 minutes of stoppage time. Don't stop, guys. Memphis Depay is coming off and Daniel Marlon is coming on. Marlon on for Depay up top. Number 18 for the Dutch. 22 years old, plays for PSV. One of the great Sir Bobby Robson's clubs. Depay off. He will be disappointed not to have got on the score sheet, given how open this game's been and that there's been 5 goals in it. But it's what it is, hey? Stecklenburg goes long. Flicked on by Weghorst. Notice Frank de Boer keen to keep the big guy on there. There's the out ball, isn't it? If required. Frankie de Jong. Dumfries. Just held in that corner with 3 Ukraine players. God. They can't get the ball clear, for goodness sakes. Now, maybe the Ukrainians, if they play this right, might have an overload on the right. Good ball. Out it goes to Karavayev. Slides it inside, looking for Yarmolenko. He runs over it, hoping Yaremchuk was behind him. He wasn't. And here come the Dutch now. And the basketball game continues. Marlon. And I think Luke de Jong was pulled down off the ball by Sidorchik, who takes the yellow card, which I think I'm right in saying is the first of the game produced by referee Brick. And it's taken him 92.5 minutes to get his cards out. Sidorchuk, one of the many Dynamo Kiev players, goes into the book. And it's a free kick. That ball was rolling. Come on, de Jong, you know it. He drops the ball on the floor, deliberately kicks a rolling ball to buy a few more seconds. They know all the dark arts, don't they? De Jong, Wijnaldum, Wijndal, De Roon, Veltman. Weghorst does win the knockdown. And well won back by Marlon there, much to the applause of Dumfries. Mikolenko just ran out of energy there, didn't he? How I prepare for a stream with notes and research. Oh, trade secrets. Do you want to see the... I need one of those every game for sure. And try and get by on a bit of background knowledge. But 94 on the clock. The Dutch managing to hold the ball way, way up the pitch. And we have 50 seconds of minimum stoppage time left. Mykolenko in the left back area with the throw. They've won it back, the Dutch. Now, will Marlon head for the corner? Or will he head for the goal? He's heading for the corner, I think. Does he win the free kick? No, he does not. He's gone down holding his hamstring. Maybe he's playing possum there. Big, long diag looking for Luke de Jong, who nods it down. Good header that to Vindal. Handball? No. Not given. And we have 10 seconds of normal time yet left to play. Ake plays it back in to De Vries, on to Veltman. And the final whistle goes on by far the game of the tournament so far. Massively open stuff between the Netherlands and the Ukraine. It was Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. Attack. But it was 0-0 at half-time. And then 5 goals in the second half. Netherlands going 2-0 up. The Ukrainians get it back to 2-2, but then fall behind 3-2 again. Brilliant stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it is the Dutch that take the 3 points, and they will tuck in behind Austria in second place in Group C. Just to keep you caught up on the goals, Wijnaldum 52, Weghorst after a VAR check on 58. Then, bang, Yarmolenko, what a goal with the left foot on 75, and Yaremchuk on 79. But on 85, Denzel Dumfries gets the headed winner after missing a huge chance in the first half. What a game. Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. I am absolutely knackered. So if you want to shout out, stick one in. And I'm going to bid you farewell. Please hit subscribe, hit like before you go. What is our lovely running total here? I can't see because I'm on the wrong screen. 17,260. We've gone up another one there. Tremendous stuff. Right, thank you, everybody. Final shout-outs. What a game, Chris. Defences will stop these teams going too far. Amanda, legend. Mr. Radio Floyd. David, thank you. You lot. Newbie, thank you very, very much. I will be back early in the morning. It'll be a pre-record, though, so you won't see me. We'll try and get it out by 9 or 10. With the roundup of today's action, which has been just tremendous, hasn't it? England winning, Austria winning, and Netherlands winning. And then another 2 watch-alongs tomorrow. The grind continues. Scotland against the Czechs at 2. Spain against the Swedes at 8. Thank you, Adrian, Mr. E. Davey's going to do the Copa America. I think Liam said he was going to be doing that as well. Ben, legend. Rebel, legend. Brian, good luck. Let's get behind Brian tomorrow. Any more Scots in the chat? Good luck to the Scots tomorrow. Mark, legend. Question on cards. We'll have a look into that tomorrow. Maybe they're just better than our referees. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's stick up a Leeds. Why the hell not, hey? After Calvin Phillips' decent performance earlier today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Netherlands 3, Ukraine 2. I need a sleep, and it's a big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.